Welcome back to the kitchen of Our Wild Harvest. I'm Sean. So today I'm going to be doing some whole chicken wings on the smoker. It's actually Saturday night. These are going to be for our Sunday dinner. I'm going to go ahead and prepare a very simple brine. I love to brine chicken wings before we put them on the smoker. So let's go ahead and get started making our brine. All I have here is a insulated cooler. We're going to go ahead and just take our chicken wings, get those prepped, and again, I leave them whole. I don't worry with splitting them. They're just going to go straight down into the cooler. I actually did a party for Renee a while back, and I had so many compliments on the wings because they were left whole. Everybody got equal portions, drumsticks and flats. Nobody got more. And they were just easy to hold. If you look at these wings, these are some nice, fat, juicy wings. I mean, you look at my hand, that's a man-sized wing right there, guys. Beautiful wings. Renee actually picked these up from our local butcher shop here just yesterday. Absolutely gorgeous looking wings. Give me a second, let me wash my hands off since I was dealing with the chicken. And we'll get ready to start making our brine. Once again, the brine's very simple, very easy. All right, so what I have is some cold water. We're just gonna go ahead and add that right in. And this, it might not be enough. If it's not, we're just gonna add until we're right, okay? So now, just some regular table salt. And we're gonna have to use a good bit of salt. It's not gonna over salt our wings, I promise you. I promise you it's not gonna be too much salt. Okay? Then we're gonna add brown sugar. Again, this is just light brown sugar. Then we're gonna add some lemon juice. Once again, if you've watched any of our videos in the past, citrus pairs extremely well with chicken. I also have some lime juice that's going to go in here now. As you can see, I'm not measuring anything. It's just pouring to what it looks like. Orange juice. Some black pepper. And one of my favorite, garlic powder. Let's grab some more cold water. Pour that down over top of the wings, get those spices mixed up a little bit. Now just take our spoon, just stir them around a little bit, make sure it's all mixed in, all incorporated together into our brine. Okay, so since we're using an insulated cooler, we gotta go ahead and get our temperature down. Remember, the wings were cold right out of the fridge when we put them in, so they're gonna be cold. Just I wanna make sure we're extra safe. I'm putting a good bit of ice in there, you can hear it. Just give that another press down in. Get that stirred in, make sure we're good and cold. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna get my meat thermometer. So the water is slowly dropping in temperature. Right now we're sitting at 42 degrees. As that ice starts melting, I'm gonna stir it around into our water just a little bit more. And as that ice continues to melt and you have your thermal transfer between your water and your ice. Your water's going to continue to get colder. And we're going to go ahead and seal this up. And then after church tomorrow, we're going to be putting some wings onto the smoker. So stick around. All right, everyone. So now it's Sunday afternoon. Great day at church this morning. So now we're going to go ahead and get the wings out of our cooler. They've been brining since about 9 o'clock last night. Great looking chicken in here. So we're just going to go ahead and get them all pulled out. Laid them out on a cookie sheet. Not going to worry about rinsing them off or anything.
They do smell good.
It smells really good. Just going to get them all laid out.
We even brought Zoe out. Say hi, Zoe. She smells the wings.
And again, you can see how big those wings are, guys. So I'm just getting them laid out on the cookie sheet so we can go ahead and get ready to get our seasoning on these wings. Again, like I said before, I like keeping them whole. It seems like they're just a whole lot easier to handle. Plus that way, nobody's getting digging through and finding the drumettes versus the flats. That way everybody gets a good mix of everything. All right, so now we have all of our wings out of our brine. Just letting them set up on the cookie trays on the counter for just a couple minutes. Bring them up to room temperature a little bit, or bring them up to temperature a little bit. We're going to be using one of my favorite barbecue rubs today, and this is from our friends over at How to Barbecue Right, Malcom Righ, and it's called the Barbecue Rub. Again, this is one of my all-time favorites. I picked this up at Mason-Dixon Barbecue in Greencastle, Pennsylvania, and you can also find it at their location in Frederick, Maryland. All of the links for both How to Barbecue Right and Mason-Dixon Barbecue will be linked in the description below. Go give those folks a check them out. And then if you want to pick up some of the barbecue rub or any of Malcom's other products, again, just go to his website. You'll be able to find it all there. So all we're going to do is we're going to give a liberal dusting of barbecue rub to all of our wings. Again, it's simple, guys. This is nothing to be afraid of. I did these wings for a birthday party for Renee here the other year, and these by far were the hit of the party. Just a nice coating. Just a nice coating all the way around. And if you notice, I positioned my wings on my cookie tray so there's not a whole lot of waste. Try to get it so there's no empty spaces in between the wings. Just do a little planning ahead as you're working. It'll save you a whole lot of time and aggravation later on. So now we're just going to grab our tongs, flip all of these over to the other side, and once again give a nice coating of barbecue rub on the other side of our wings. All right, so now that we have all of the wings flipped back over, we're just going to do the very same thing here to the other side of our wings. Once again, just a nice liberal coating all the way around. And as you can see, guys, this barbecue rub that we're using automatically gives these wings a great color. Then you throw some smoke to it, and it's just going to give that beautiful mahogany bark on the skin that you're all looking for. It's going to be amazing.
In other words, it's going to be good.
So we're just gonna give this a little bit of time to set up, let that rub do its work on our wings. So the rub is basically gonna start to melt a little bit because of the moisture that's inside of your meat. It's gonna start to tack up. So once it tacks up, we're gonna go in the smoker. We're gonna go ahead and get it out now, get it fired up. We're gonna be cooking on our pellet smoker at 250 to 275 on our smoke range over a combination of hickory and applewood. Meet us out the smoker. All right, so as you can see on these wings, they start to tack up really well. All the barbecue rub has become wet from it starting to melt and absorb down into the skin. So I got my smoker set on 275. Love seeing that smoke rolling out. So we're just gonna go ahead and get these laid in on the rack. You don't want them really touching each other. You want to try to give them as much room in between as you can. That way your smoke can evenly distribute around each one of your wings. I'm smoking a little lower on my temperature at 275 today to give it a chance to not quite cook as fast as what you would obviously up at a higher temperature, just to have a good opportunity to get some good smoke flavor into our wings. From being wet, some of our rub did come off, so I'll just come back out and dust up and touch those back up here in just a couple of minutes once I get all of our wings onto the smoker. All right, everyone, so we've been on for about a half an hour. Oh yeah, they're looking good. So we're just gonna go ahead and give them a flip. And once we get them a flip, then we're gonna check them with our temp pen to make sure where we are on our doneness. Again, wings on a smoker do not take long. Okay, just be careful with them. Good to go. Beautiful looking wings here, guys. So again, we're just going to take our temp pen and check our internal temperature. So not quite on those ones in the back. Check the ones up front. They're plenty done. So what I like to do is I'll check each wing, and I'll typically just stick it right into the middle of the flat in between the two bones, because if it's done there, it's going to be done all the way through. We're looking for about 170, 175 on our temp. These ones up front got a little bit dark on me. And that is just because in this area right here is where my heat is. That's where my fire is down below. So all it was the brine and the liquid dripping down on the hot plate and then just coming back up and scorching the wings a little bit, but it's gonna be just fine. Yeah, we're at 170 plus on these. Get these off, and then we'll let those ones in the back half of the smoker go just a little while longer. Even if you look at those, that's perfect. Okay, and again, it was just because that one was back in the back and those ones right here in this area got a little bit darker on me than I would have liked. But I'm just gonna leave these on back here. I'm gonna check a couple more temps on some of these other wings, but it won't be too long before these bad boys are ready to come off. Yeah, we're 170 on that one. Again, they don't take long. They've only been on here maybe half an hour. Yes, that's 160 there. Once you know your smoke, you know your grill, you can get away with a whole lot more as far as knowing, I should say, where your hot zones are. Yeah, that's 170. So it looks like my dividing line was right about the center of the grill. Forward is done. The ones in the back are just going to take just a couple minutes longer. So once we get those off, we're going to see us back in the kitchen. All right, so just rechecking them. I moved the ones from in the back to up front. 176 on these ones right up front. But it's still got a little bit of ways to go on some of these ones in the back. Again, that's why it's important to use a temp pen to make sure, especially if you're doing things on the smoker, that you're getting each and every one of them thoroughly done. We got just a couple more degrees left to go on these bone-in chicken wings. But again, as you can see, the ones up front are done, but the ones that are in the back just aren't quite there yet. So give those just a couple of more minutes. Be ready to pull off.
This one here's calling my name. It's dinner time. I hadn't even been in. They are beyond moist. So I made these for my birthday party last year. Sorry guys, I'm gonna be messy. And they were the hit of my party. These are better. These are killer.
Again, I think that's a lot due to the brine that we did with the wings. Again, we were in the brine for almost 20 hours, so it imparts a lot of moisture, a lot of flavor into the wings that you don't get if you don't brine. Again, don't be scared of it. You saw how simple it was. We literally just threw things in the cooler, threw some ice water in there, and let them set. That was how easy it was. Pulled them out, put them on a cookie sheet, dusted them with our barbecue rub, and threw them on a smoker. Once again, everybody, these have got to be some of the best wings that I've ever had. I'm not just saying that because I've made them. There's so much flavor. There's so much juice, moisture inside of these things. I mean, it's
no barbecue sauce is needed, that's for sure. They're definitely moist.
Yeah, no sauce. No, you don't need ranch. You don't need blue cheese. You don't need anything with these. Do yourself a favor. Make sure you try this. Make these wings. Let us know in the comments what you think about them. Try them. Let us know how they turn out for you. If you wish you were digging into these wings right now, drop a big old thumbs up. If you could also do us a favor, if you like the content and the recipes and the barbecue and everything else that Renee and I here at Our Wild Harvest are putting out, do us a favor. You could be so kind as to make sure you hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot. It would help us be able to get this content into a lot more people so we can share this and hopefully enrich everybody else's lives with some really good eats. As always, thank you again. We appreciate the love and the support from each and every one of you. And as always, keep it wild. See you guys.